We here. We here, y'all. Welcome to another edition of Wake and Pack, people. Tuesday edition. Um, Good morning to everybody. Good morning to all. Good morning to y'all. Um, See who in the building first. Give y'all a little time to get up in this, thing too, as I prepare this bowl. Shout out to my boy Zane Strong, man. Good morning. What's the word, man? Hey, what's the word? Thunderbird. What's the price? 30 twice. Who drink the most? Black folks. Now, that last part is interchangeable because, I know them Irish motherfuckers love to drink too. I know them motherfucking Dominicans and them love to drink too, right? Mexicans for sure love to drink, so But that's just what I grew up with my grandpa. What's the word? Thunderbird. Or, some say Johannesburg. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I say Thunderbird. And what's the price? 30 twice. I never understood that. But who drink the most? Whatever, folks. Anyway, y'all. But yeah, shout out to my boy Zane, man. Y'all see the thumbnail. The staff, the coaching staff is coming, it's coming along. We was wondering how many people would stay, how many people would go. And we had to think that Coach Half, that's what we calling him for now. I don't know if it was Milt Toe or somebody. We just call him Coach Half. I'm sure, they might end up calling him that. I don't know if that's what they've been calling him. But Coach Half has brought somebody in from his staff from Boston College. His name is Vince, and I'm not even going to attempt to say his last name. It's some African shit. Shout out to my boy John Boehner, man. Hey, you guys know when John Boehner is in the building, what do? You hit that like button, man. Wipe your feet at the door, man. Ask if you want us to take our shoes off on this nice carpet on 420 HPOV Boulevard. That's how you have etiquette. That's how you have Southern hospitality. All right. So shout out to John Boehner. My boy Ernie is in a motherfucking building, man. Shout out to Ernie Martinez, man. The weather outside is brightful. Listen, it's when I checked my Palm Pilot, it said 100% chance of rain all day. So that's what we're getting. It ain't heavy right now, but it's been, very, very heavy lately, man. The past couple days. So it's pretty much the same. Right now we got a little downtime from the rain. It's a little sprinkle going on, but yeah, they said they said be prepared, man. So let's get into it with this defensive line coach who Coach Half is bringing with him from Boston College. Okay, so out with the old, in with the new. Yesterday we had to say goodbye to the longest tenured coach, Jerry Montgomery. And he's already been picked up by the Patriots, right? So, hey, no reason to feel sad for him. And this is probably something he needed because his only coaching has come from Green Bay. He came from college straight to Green Bay, and he hasn't went to any other teams. So, with that being said, this guy that we have now, not only was he a part of Coach Half's defense in Boston College, but he also had experience with Coach Half at San Francisco, So I would say he is more experienced than Jerry Montgomery. Montgomery only been to one spot, Coach Half done been all around the world, and I think that means something. So kudos to Montgomery for getting a job that quick and going to a great organization, the Patriots. Not as of late, but when you win 20 goddamn Super Bowls, like there's going to be a time where you just gotta clean house and start over. All right. So they at that point right now. But shout out to Montgomery for getting the job. And yeah, man, we're starting to know more and more which direction this defense is going in. So this guy had the pleasure and Half had the pleasure to coach Isaiah McDuffie, bro. That's going to be big because, one thing about this coach, what I heard from Coach Half, why he likes Vince, we'll just call him Coach O, okay? I'm not going to try to say his last name, but what he likes about him, communication, football knowledge and being able to teach the communication. You know, you can have all the knowledge in your head, right? That's what makes a good teacher. You can have all the knowledge in your head, but you got to make the kids get it. You know, I used to have a algebra 2 teacher. Like, I couldn't stand algebra. I didn't like math at all, any of that. But like, he broke it down into a way where, like, damn, okay, I understand that you broke it down this way. You know, with a coach, you can't just break it down your way and hope that they understand. If they don't understand, you gotta make them understand. You gotta understand their strengths and you know, get them to use their strengths as much as they can. And that's what this guy can do. He is a rah-rah guy, like, and that's what you need. So as far as a rah-rah guy, you know, I would like them to be the linebacker or somebody on the defensive line, right? He's a defensive line coach. He's a rah-rah guy. I think that's going to really help. Another thing that's going to help is the age of this defensive line we have. Clearly the youngest team in the NFL. I don't know if somebody will surpass us next year, or we might even get younger with all these draft picks we have. But he just came from the college game, y'all. This age group, we just striking when the iron is hot with these picks that we have. Hafley and this guy coming in with the age group of our defensive line and just our defense period, it should be a little easier to mold them and to relay the message of what this defense needs to do in order to be successful in the scheme. We still don't know, right? We know he's a base 4-3 guy, but again, with the parts that he has, we don't know exactly what he's going to do. But he brought his D-line coach in, again, physically imposing guy too, and a no-nonsense guy. You know, I watched a couple of his interviews, but he's you know, he knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? As far as X's and O's too. So this is good. And Isaiah McDuffie could be a great bridge on the field. So you got we got Coach Half and Coach O right now. They're going to do their best to communicate with the defense, and they are both very good communicators. Both have, you know, Coach O is not his coaching tree, but his coaching experience is not as extensive as Coach Half. But again, this guy been around. Coached at UCLA defensive line for a couple years. Coached at former player too. Didn't quite make it. That's why I'm telling y'all, the best players in the world sometimes don't equate to being the best coaches. But sometimes the best coaches in the world be a player who played but just didn't make it to the highest level, or just didn't happen. He ended up playing for Washington for a little bit, probably a year, but that was it. You know, he went to Duke. That's where he started his coaching at. You know, when your alma mater brings you in to coach, I mean, they're comfortable with you, obviously. Just like when DeMeco Ryans got brought in by the Texans, it's like, all right, we know this guy. So for Duke to bring him in, that just shows character. Like, he played for the organization, went on to the NFL, and for him to come back and be a grad student and learn the game, Duke brought him back only for a year or two. Then that's when his coaching shit started. Ohio State, UCLA, San Francisco 49ers, you know, so he has more experience than the previous guy, Montgomery. Montgomery went straight from college to the Packers, and that's what we had. But damn, I forgot. But anyway, shout out to my boy, Ranting Packers fan, Randy. What's up, bro? Good morning. Yeah, what's up, Love Jones? Yeah, man. Coach Half, our defensive coordinator, brought in his defensive line coach, man. Just like yesterday's video, we were saying goodbye to Jerry Montgomery, the longest tenured coach in Green Bay at the time. You know, he was there in the Pettin days. I think he got hired in 2014. So, you know, I think it's a good thing that he gets to move on and expand his coaching career. And also that, you know, we need a fresh start, and we need fresh ideas. We need a fresh philosophy, and we got all that. And we're doing it in a timely manner, you guys, because again, I told y'all a few days ago, or probably last week, some important dates. You know, Senior Bowl is over and done with. Our people were there, believe so. Scouting department, whoever you need, Gudikins, hey, they all was there, okay? Hafley, hey, there, right? So then again, Hafley and this defensive line coach, you gotta think that they know about a few players in the draft, right? I'm sure they're going to give their input, and we might just you know, because Hafley and Coach O should know some of these Boston College, you know, sleepers, right? Because I would say Isaiah McDuffie was a sleeper before we even had ties to Boston College, right? So he's going to come in and be an on-field guy who can relay the message. And what did I always say about Isaiah McDuffie? Limited in what? Limited in talent. Not limited, like, again, the guy's in the NFL. But, you know, he's not 6'3", 6'4", like a Quay or Devondre. He didn't run no 4.6 or 4.4. I mean 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, like Quay can, or Devondre back in his day when he was in the combine. But smart guy. How is he so smart? You had to think that he picked up something from Coach Half and Coach O. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Coach O's handling the D-line, but D-line and linebackers go hand in hand, right? Linebackers are normally telling D linemen what to do. Tap them on the side of the ass. Hey, scoot over here. Hey, come over here. Hey, do this. Hey, you know? So McDuffie is going to be the on-field kind of coach relaying this message that Coach O and Coach Half is trying to put out. You damn right, Zane Strong. And, you know, hey, this might be the perfect match for McDuffie, man. And again, when you got 8 in the box, sometimes you're going to have 3 linebackers. We might see more sets with McDuffie, Quay, and Devondre / whoever else we bring in via draft or free agency, right? Hey, Devondre's still here. He's still here until he's not here. So I'm expecting him to be in the lineup, and I think Coach Half can work with him. I'm not quite throwing in a towel for Devondre Campbell. Again, the guy was an all-pro. You don't make that by accident. You make the Pro Bowl by accident. But all-pro, I mean, bro was on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can get him healthy. Hopefully the new strength and conditioning program and coach can bring these guys in to where they're confident in what's going on at 1265 instead of going out to outside entities, outside doctors, outside suggestions, you know, to get treatment or whatever, you know. Hey, perfect point, Love Jones. You know, it ain't about sometimes, because, you know, sometimes coaches get too much credit. And shout out to Coach Halfley. Why? Because Coach Half was like, listen, I may be a good coach, but he said, I've also been blessed with being around good players. So for him to get a player's credit, that just shows how unselfish he is. And again, with this defensive line coach we got now, perfect time to come. Hey, Devontae Wyatt's only in his 3rd year coming in now, right? Kenny Clark's still young. For when we drafted him, he was the youngest in his draft, so he's still relatively young. LVN, Kobe Wooden, Carl Brooks, you know, and I'm sure we might get a sleeper from Boston College. I don't know if it'll be a safety, a lineman, but Coach O and Coach Halfley knows an exact player that played for that team. They got to have a guy who can at least bare minimum come in and know the system already, or at least help relay the word to the rest of the defense to how this shit's supposed to be done. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that, because it's like, man, sometimes we better off of what we got than to revamp and then to take another chance. You know, I don't think we're taking a chance anymore with Devondre. We know what we can get from him when healthy, right? So he was complaining, tweeting and all that shit about not being healthy. He ain't playing hurt no more. You got a whole off season, Devondre, if you make it, bro. You know, I've been hearing about if we cut you, we'll save money, this and that. I don't know. But, you know, you might have you a clean slate with these coaches, man. They might say, no. LaFleur, Devondre is actually what we needed at this position. He can play this. He can play that. He's not limited to middle linebacker. When you got 8 in the box, you got a left linebacker and a right in the middle, you know, and you got your 4 down linemen. So, you know, and then again, for Halfley's strong point in coaching, half of his coaching resume, half of his resume, even 80% of it is DB coach. So that back end is solid. The front 4, it was a strength for us before he even came. So if he could get that back end solid, and then the front 4 just continues what they was doing, and I say continue what they was doing as an understatement, because I think they're going to get better. Again, there's always that, me as a player, when the coach leaves, it's like, all right, cool, you know, sorry, coach, you know, see you later, you know. But when a new coach comes in, that new coach ain't seen higher point of view. That new coach ain't seen Devontae Wyatt. That new coach ain't seen Rashawn Gary. So as a player, when I was a player, whenever a new coach came in, they might have heard about us. The other coaches might have filled them in like, oh, this is our best player right here, one of the best players. But you still got to prove to that coach with his own eyes, you know, that, hey, I'm worthy of this job, and I'm coming to whoop some ass. So I'm very excited. Again, this is different days now. You got to coach these little niggas different, man. You know, he just came from the college game. Half of our damn players are college players anyway. We so young, so I just think this is a right time to bring him in. Half thought it was something to do, brought him right in. And again, when you survive a firing, when a head coach gets fired and somebody keeps you on the staff, that's a good thing. When the head coach gets another job and he brings you to another staff, that's a great thing too. That shows that he has faith in this guy, and this guy is great with communication. Rah guy. He gonna get up, yeah, and do all that. You know, I heard he's that kind of guy, and we need that. Montgomery wasn't type, you know, he wasn't that rah guy like that. Shout out to Milto, man. Hey, go and get your money, man. You know, hey, I'm gonna be here. You know, hey, if y'all don't ever make it, man, just know that you can watch the replay and you could comment in the replay too, man. I'm gonna reply back. You know, might not be immediately, but I'm gonna get back to y'all. Thank you for coming through, Milto. And again, when Milto's in the building, you already know what to do. Hit that like button. Oh, well, we ain't worried about that. Hey, Love Jones, we ain't worried about that because that's the Packers way, man. When you talk to Goot always says, okay, yeah, not only are we building for now, but what do the Packers do? They build for the future. Why? Because it's a farming system. We already know. No owner. We got to do shit a certain way to keep shit afloat. And it's been working for 40 plus years. So I don't want to hear it. Yeah, Coach O was Coach Hafley. He worked with him at Boston College. He was since Hafley was there at Boston College, this guy was there and he was his defensive line coach. He's a rah guy. You know, he spent some time in San Francisco with Hafley. And then again, the Shanahan tree is just all over the NFL now, man. You know, we got a few of those guys. Hafley is damn near a Shanahan guy, worked for him. And this guy is the Shanahan guy. So we brought him in, has experience in college as far as UCLA, a big powerhouse. He coached at Duke, his alma mater. Not a big powerhouse, but again, it says a lot that they're bringing him back. They felt highly about him. So, yeah, that's who we brought in. Montgomery was gone. Now we got this guy in. And, you know. Oh, of course. I've always been, you know, for my birthday twin, man. Shout out to Dave Bakhtiari, man. And speaking of birthdays, this coach we have is goddamn my age. What am I doing wrong? Can I get a job? You know, we about to start having head coaches in the NFL my age, which is crazy. I still think I'm relatively young. I look good, but you know, we got to keep Preston. Uncle P, we have to keep him. Number one, it's going to be a cheap deal. And number two, the dude just is very acceptable still. He's going to go in and get a sack. He's going to seal the edge in the running game. You know, I don't know how he's going to look with four, with the four down linemen. I don't know how they're going to work him into that. Obviously, he will be on the end. He might be coming off of one hand or he might be coming off of two. I don't know, but I would definitely keep him. And he's a versatile guy. You know, Washington, when he was over there, you know, they was doing a couple of different things, obviously a lot younger in them days. You know, Preston was able to move around and, but again, still, and then again, you cannot like discount the leadership, the veteranship. You know what I'm saying? As young as we are, I think, you know, the vets that we do have are in a good place. P did a good job showing Gary how to be a professional, teaching Gary how to be a professional. Same thing for LVN. I'm sure he came in and looked at Preston. So Preston means more than on the field, but on the field, he is still exceptional. So I would definitely bring Preston back. And it'd be a team-friendly deal, man. He ain't breaking the bank no more. You know, he done had his big contracts, you know. I think he's more of the ilk of, hey, I want a ring now at this point. About time to take a hit, right? So, yeah, TJ Slaton, third year. TJ Slaton going to be going in his fourth year. Devontae Wyatt going in his third year. Wooden, Brooks going into their second year. LVN going into their second year. So, on top, of the guys that we might get in the draft. So you got to think we're in good shape, and we got a guy in there who I think could help this team out. Hey, Randy, thank you, bro. I'm trying, man. Thank you for noticing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be consistent with it, man. Trying to make something happen. You know, trying to just trying to do the damn thing. So thank you for acknowledging that. You know, I'll be some days I'll be almost not about to do it. Then I'm like, nah, I gotta come holler at my people, man. I gotta come talk about the Packers, man. So yeah, that's what we doing today, man. Giving Coach O a warm Green Bay welcome, or cold welcome, however you want to call it. It's probably cold in Wisconsin right now. See, now the rain is starting to come down, y'all. So you might hear a little thunder too. Lightning and the thunder. You might hear a little bit of that too. But yeah, so the staff is coming along. We're beginning to know more. See what else happens. There is a chance that a couple people stay. I think our inside linebacker coach and our corner coach, Hafley, said he is cool with keeping now, right? And it's easy for Hafley to say he's going to keep any corner coach. Why? Because a position coach really just does what the fucking coordinator asked them to do. So Hafley is coming from being a DB coach half his life. So he's going to be the de facto DB coach at certain times. Of course, he's covering the whole defense, but he's going to be the de facto DB coach, just like Rich Bisaccia, assistant head coach. Yeah, you right next to Matt, but your specialty is special teams. So he's really a special teams coach, but also that. So I'm thinking that, for him, it shows something for Hafley. Hafley could have brought in anybody he probably wanted to. A friend of his who coached for him before at DB's coach, or he might be familiar with the coach we already have now. I don't know if they've ever crossed paths, but it shows a lot to keep somebody when you have a chance to bring in your own staff. But it shows a lot, or he has enough respect for our cornerbacks coach to keep him. He has enough respect for our inside linebackers coach to keep him. I believe we're keeping those too from the previous Joe Barry staff. So we'll see. But it will continue, people. Every day we're going to learn something new. We got to get all these position coaches out the way. We got to figure out who everybody is. So, we know where to point the blame when something's going wrong. I agree, Zane. I agree, man. Unscouted looks is a real thing. Again, what you're going to look at Hafley, you're going to look at his Boston College tape. Good luck, and then again, because Hafley, not only is he has a scheme, but he's also a guy who, again, he looks for whatever you're best at, whatever you're good at, he's going to put you in that position. Whatever you're bad at, he's going to try to sway away from putting you in compromising positions, right? So that's the kind of thing he does too. Puts people on the field and gets the best out of them of what they can do, So he's adjustable. His system might require this, that, and the third. But if we don't have this, that, and the third, he is willing and had enough experience to work around it. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I love that he got, hey, the big boys got a coach. And I know lineman talk might be boring to some. Again, I was always a lineman. I like that shit. I'm offensive lineman and defensive line play is fascinating to me. And then again, every game is won in the trenches. So this hire is, just as big, not just as big. I can't go there with Hafley, but Hafley's bringing them. So this is a big hiring too, man. Just seeing the direction that these guys want to go in with this defense, and we're seeing it happen. Eventually, we're going to know if it's going to be a 4-3 or 3-4 for sure. Eventually, we're going to know if Savage, Owens, Rudy Ford, if these guys fit his scheme. We don't know exactly where the players he need, what skill set does the players need to play in his defense. We're going to learn on the fly, but again, we got a lot of good pieces. Shout out to my boy Nick, man. You already know, just welcoming our new defensive line coach, man. Hell yeah, shout out to Big Nate, man. Hey, another Hafley brought in another guy, man. So one of his guys, so we're gonna see. Definitely. And not only him, but Quay. Not only Quay, hey, a lot of people, LVN is gonna be affected, by this guy. And again, he came at the perfect time, fresh out of college, but he was in the NFL not too long ago. So he still knows the game. And again, it's just communication. Communication is going to be just the first year. That's the key word of this whole first year. How soon are these defenders going to get the scheme? How soon, how good can Coach Half and Coach O articulate what these players need to do? Use Isaiah McDuffie as a on-field representation of, because he knows the defense, man. So the shit is coming together. I like what I'm seeing. Exactly. And hey, Nick, not only they gonna have to worry about how to attack our defense, but our defense is called an attacking defense. So we're gonna be attacking their ass too. And that basically means we just gonna dictate. We're gonna dictate what happens on the field. We're gonna cause confusion. We're gonna show something and do another at the last second before the snap. Confuse quarterbacks. And then attacking defense, the difference of attacking, like Joe Barry, hey, put it all in front of us. We're going to let you come to us, and we're just going to keep you out of the end zone and stop big plays. Hafley ain't like that. Hafley is like, we're going to dictate, and we're going to attack. We're going to do stunts with the defensive line. We're going to rush and blitz linebackers. We got 3 of them out there. You don't know which one's coming. This motherfucker might come up to the edge. As soon as the ball snap, he go back, and then the left linebacker come in and rush from the other side. It's going to be a lot of that. Kind of similar to our offense. Our offense have all those moving parts coming across, confusing defenders. Our defense is an attacking defense. We dictate what's going on. We don't just let you do what you do and us try to stop it. We dictate. So that's what it looks like it is. Definitely, and again, great core though. Regardless of what free agents and rookies come in, we got a great core of guys. Not the best in the league, I don't know, and not maybe, Super Bowl ready right now. But again, with coaching, understanding the system, and just having faith in the coaching. When you believe in your coach and what he's saying, and you believe in the philosophy, it's going to be a lot better. And I think they're trying to insert that now. Oh, yeah, they already know that now. Hey, Dan Campbell was not just talking about the Super Bowl when he said, this was our chance. This was our only chance, He meant with the North, too. They made their cute North shirts, and again, I congratulate the Lions. I ain't going to go KH level on them and just go, cause them hell. I'd much rather do that to a Vikings fan, a Niners fan, or a Bears fan right now. But again, Lions like the little cousins. But Dan Campbell said, that was our chance, and you damn right. Because now we taking the North back. And I'm going to just end it with that, y'all. We taking the motherfucking North back. And these are the beginning stages. These are the beginning bricks. Hey, you can't make a house in a day. But if you do a brick a day, eventually you're going to have a house, right? So I'm going to get up out of here, man. Shout out to my boy Zane Strong. Thanks for holding it down always, man. My boy Big Nate, man. Packers fan with swagger. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to your wife. The whole fan bam over there, man. And congratulations, bro. Shout out to my boy Nick, man. Nick came through in the building. My boy Randy, Ranton Packers fan. Ernie Martinez, of course. Love Jones came through for sure. And again, if I forgot about you, I didn't forget about you. Of course, Milto and John Bainon. If you didn't do it on the way in, hit that like button on the way out, man. Hey, if you're looking at the replay and you didn't get a chance to say what you wanted to say, ask the question in the comments. I'll get back to you. And yeah, man, that's it, bro. We got a new defensive line coach, y'all. Kept it in-house, kept it in-house. And I just like what we're doing, And again, I watched a couple of interviews from Coach O, hey, visibly imposing dude, no nonsense dude. Shout out to my boy, Crocodile Dundee, man. Shout out to you. Good to see you, bro. I'm closing it out, but I'm glad you came through, man. If you're just coming now, go on and hit the replay. But shout out to my boy, Matt, man. I'm going to talk to you soon, bro. And with that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.